Hello, welcome to Greater Talk. I'm your host, A Young. Becoming your greatest self doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you have identified an area in your life that needs work and you have committed to doing the work. Welcome to Greater Talk. Hello, and welcome to Greater Talk. This episode is presented by Stanley Professional Services and Last City 318. Joyce Stanley is a dedicated and passionate life coach with Stanley Professional Services. She is a certified career, confidence, and life balance coach and consultant, as well as a virtual assistant. She has over 15 years of experience in human resources and executive administrative assistance. She is an expert in managing teams and helping businesses optimize their operations. Joyce is a faith based woman, loving wife, and devoted mother. She holds both a bachelor's and master's degree in educational leadership. Joyce is passionate about helping individuals achieve their personal and professional goals through tailored coaching and consulting services. She firmly believes that everyone has the potential to achieve their dreams and live a fulfilling life. Whether you're feeling stuck in your career, struggling with confidence issues, or finding it difficult to balance work and personal life, she provides you with the tools and guidance you need to overcome these challenges and achieve success. I would like to welcome Joyce Stanley. Thank you for being my guest, Miss Joyce. How are you? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited, and thank you for having me. So, yes, I'm ready to do this.
All right. Well, Miss Joyce, I'm super excited that you're here. I love giving our listeners an opportunity to learn, to grow, to better themselves, and last but not least, become a greater version of themselves. And I know that you can help me do this on this episode. So, once again, thank you for being here. And Ms. Joyce, we're going to talk about a topic that you have a lot of experience in, and that is self love.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. So, Ms. Joyce, these past 2 years, I found myself on this journey just trying to be more gentle, more patient, and really more kind to myself. I
Hmm.
spent a lot of my early 30s, achieving goals and navigating through my career and trying to maintain multiple relationships with family, friends, coworkers, and one relationship, honestly, that I neglected was with myself. What I've learned is self love is understanding and treating myself with, a lot of love. So I first want to start with what is self love?
Self love is, just like you said, it's a deep understanding and regard to your well being, your health, your happiness, and really your overall worth. That is what self love is.
Let me be honest with you, okay? Um before I dive in, before I got started with this topic, because I'm a researcher, I like to research a lot. A lot of people can get confused. I know I did. A lot of people may get self-care and self-love confused, or they may think that's the same thing.
Hmm.
How can you explain that to us? The difference between self-care and self-love.
So, self love is more of a mental and emotional fundamental, whereas self care it includes like taking care of your emotional needs as well as your mental well being, but then also your physical. So, like
Yes,
a lot of times we neglect ourselves, like you say, we neglect ourselves of loving ourselves. We neglect ourselves of eating nutritious foods, which is a part of self-care. It's a part of taking care of yourself and doing those daily or weekly things that you put off because you're so busy taking care of everybody else.
absolutely. And what I found is us women, We are very guilty of this. Just trying to balance being a wife, being a mom. I'm blessed to have both my parents. So, trying to be um, the daughter that saves
Mhm.
the day, as they get older, and also just maintaining relationships with my siblings and with my friends, working a 9 to 5, entrepreneurship. I've named a lot.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
in the midst of that, it does get a little cloudy where you just like, hey, I'll do this later, or you don't
Hmm.
stop and just appreciate who you are.
Yes. Yes. And if you don't do that, somehow in some way you will neglect, and I wouldn't really say neglect, but when you don't really take care of yourself, you really can't take care of others either. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
hear it all the time. You can't pour from an empty cup, but it's
Yes.
true. You can't if you're continuously pouring into others and neglecting yourself.
I've been through counseling myself. I'm still in counseling, just to be transparent. But one thing that my counselor told me, I have been guilty of basically saying, hey, everything's going crazy, but it's not that bad, And
Yes.
what I want people to understand, and what I was told, you can drown in 3 feet of water also, you
Yeah.
just have to, yeah. So that's important to know. Like, don't think that your issues, your problem, your mental is not, important just because you're pointing to everyone else. And that takes me into the mental piece of self-love.
Hmm.
I know that self-love can help us mentally. It can decrease that stress, the anxiety, which leads to, depression.
Hmm.
So, personally, self love has improved my self esteem, my happiness, and also it has improved how I interact with others too. I'm
Yeah.
less emotionally reactive. I want you to go over what are the benefits of self love.
So, um, and then you did hit a couple, like as far as self love. So, before I get into the benefits, you do have key components of self love, right? And that is learning to accept yourself as you are, showing yourself compassion, just as you would others, or you would have others to show you or have for you, right? Um, so when we talk about the boundaries of self love, or not the boundaries, but the benefits, I'm sorry, the benefits of self love is one, an improved mental health. So, self love, what it does is it promotes a positive self image of yourself. So, you no longer see yourself less than, you know, what you should, or reduce what you do when you have self love for yourself, or you start to create that. You won't be so reluctant to criticize yourself. Um, Another benefit of self love is self esteem. Self esteem, it ties into self worth, self love, which boost your confidence and your abilities to make decisions.
Yes.
Another benefit of self love is resilience. And like you said, it helps you to better cope with life's challenges, setbacks, obstacles, the daily stressors that come along, with just all the things that we women have going on in our lives. Like you
Yeah.
say, being a wife, being a mother, being a child,
Yeah.
being a mentor to somebody, a coworker. I mean, we're a lot to a lot of people, and we don't really think about it. You know that we give ourselves so much. So yeah, self love is priority. Is priority.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That makes sense. And I just wanted everyone to understand why this is so important, why this piece is so overlooked, but it's so valuable to us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One act that that has helped me on the self-love journey is writing in my journal. I do that every day. And one of the questions that I reflect on is, what do I like about myself?
Mhm.
Because I found that giving myself a compliment is ways that I practice self-love. It kind of shifts my mindset, and it helps me focus on the positive, and
Mhm.
which in terms create positive feelings. Because a lot of time, I know for myself, I beat myself up, over
Yeah.
small things. Those
Mhm.
are the things that I sit in. Those are the things that, I try to kind of reflect on what I could have done differently. And I know it's a lot of people out there too that do the same thing. So let's talk about a couple ways to practice self-love. Like, how do that look? How can someone start there?
Okay. So practicing self-love is basically a couple of ways you can practice that is to again reflect. Um to one of my favorites is to learn or practice to be yourself, your authentic self. I think a lot of people when it comes to self-love, one, they don't know how, to love themselves. And then two, they don't know how, like you say, how to practice self-love. Self-love could be something as simple as complimenting yourself, journaling every day, writing a love letter to yourself. That's practicing self-love. Some more practices that you can do is to maybe read a book or listen to
Mhm.
a podcast. Personal growth and professional development, they tie into self-love as well. So just finding something that can take your mind off of everybody else, and it allows you to focus more on you. So just finding activities that include self-care routines, meditation, creative expression. Those are different practices that you can incorporate into your daily life to practice self-love.
That's awesome. And one of the things that I know I want to talk about that can help you and guide people on this journey is you have a 21-day self-love challenge workbook. So let's talk about that. Tell me more about your workbook, and also, of course, let us know where we can purchase this at as well.
Okay, sure. I will do that. So, my 21 day self love challenge workbook is a guide for individuals to finding who they are, self discovery. And what it consists of is daily prompts and activities. Um, I'm very big on affirmations.
Mhm.
So, it consists of the affirmations, it consists of reflection and celebration. Because what I've learned, and let me be honest, I'm not perfect by far, and this is a journey for me too. Like I'm still going through this, so
Yeah.
there are things that I'm learning about myself still, you know,
Mhm.
on the self love journey. But in this self love challenge workbook, it does consist of the affirmations, the journaling exercises, the mindful practices, the self care activities, and it also prompts you to focus on your self acceptance,
Yes.
gratitude, because we tend to not give ourselves enough grace sometimes.
Mm.
And
That's strong for me.
yeah, and I
Yes.
feel like, we be so hard on ourselves and we don't give ourselves enough credit.
Yes.
So, I'm very, very big on the gratitude, the having the self compassion, learning how to set boundaries. It's
Yeah.
okay to say no sometimes. You know, if that means if you saying no to somebody means that it's going to create more time and focus on self, then that might be what you need to do. it's okay to let others down sometimes. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it shouldn't be something that we feel bad for, but yet we still do. Um, and also my workbook, it has activities, again, of the self-care routines, the meditation, the how to show kindness to yourself.
Mhm.
It provides space for you to write about how self-love has impacted your life.
That's awesome. Now, I wanna know where other people can purchase.
So, if you're looking to purchase my 21 day self love challenge workbook, you can find it either on Amazon and also my website, which is www.
That's awesome. I'm super excited again to have you. I know this episode will help a lot of people, but you offer so many services. You've been very successful in your realm of services that you offer. So, I want you to tell us where we can find you, how we can follow you on social media, and just you can, I know I named them, but I want you to tell me about the different services that you offer as well.
Okay, sure. So, the services that I offer are, of course, my life coaching services, which is for the self love, the self confidence. And really, when you think about it, when you think about confidence, it entails self love, it entails self acceptance, it entails self worthy. So don't think that confidence is just that one word, confidence. So
Mhm.
I also offer um, career coaching services, which are for my professional
Yes.
women and men, of course, as
Yeah.
well as my business owners. So what I do write resumes. So for the career coaching, it's basically me taking someone's resume and optimizing it so that the job or position that they're applying for is going to win them that interview and
Mhm.
get them face to face with the hiring manager, and as well as land you that position or job that it is that you're looking to uh, uh, be rewarded, as I would say.
Yeah.
Um, or then you have people that are looking for a career change. So my services help those as well. I also offer interview preparation services, so
Mhm.
that way before going in an interview, you're positive about yourself. You're going in there with a confident attitude. You know
Yeah.
how to dress. You know how to answer questions. You know how to sit. Things of that nature that sometimes a lot of people don't know.
Mm.
So that's another service. And then of course the life balance, work life balance coaching service. I do provide that as well. And then I am a Georgia commissioned notary, so I do notary services as well. And then virtual assistant services. So for all my entrepreneurs out there who, you know, have a lot going on, which me and you as well, being an entrepreneur, so much is involved in that, to where
Yeah.
we don't have the time to take on the daily tasks, like the administrative portion of it, the
Mhm.
customer service, the managing our calendars. So I take that away from an entrepreneur, and I will do that for them, so that way they can focus on the daily operations of their business.
You know what? You do a lot. You do a lot and you do it very, very well. So you are one of the people that I look at for motivation. Just
Oh,
you're overall an inspiration to me altogether.
as you are
Just to be
yourself.
Thank you. And just for you to have so many years of success, I know I can trust you with my business, with the resume. I personally just went through this shift in careers, and that thing is difficult to navigate when you're sending out resumes, and then you're not getting anything in return. So I'm so happy that you offer those services too, because some people, they're getting back in the field. They just need a little tweak in the resume,
Right.
and
Mhm.
to prepare. Uh, Anything else? Any last minute things that you want to tell someone before you go, Miss Joyce, about self love, about themselves, how to take care, how to be gentle with themselves?
What I would like to say, as far as self love, what I learned, self love is the ability to, for me, it's the ability to see yourself and love yourself through the lens that God sees you.
Mm,
And it's so it's so deep that I can't really, like, I don't think
yeah,
any of us can really understand it. But when I think about it, and I think about how God gave his son for us, gave him for us, and how he died on the cross for our sins. Like, for us not to love ourselves or to feel like we're worthy of anything, like, if to me, if that doesn't get you to understand that you are worthy of all things, then I just really don't know, how else you're going to understand it. I think
yeah,
that having a relationship and building a relationship with God, and diving into his word will make your self-love journey a whole lot easier.
yeah. I totally agree. I think whenever we lose focus, we lose
Mhm.
pieces of our faith and the hope that we need to bring us full circle. So I
Yeah.
definitely agree. Um, I thank you again for your time,
Thank
for
you.
your knowledge. I really appreciate I can't even tell you how much I appreciate this. If you ever need anything, greater self got you. That's our motto. We are not perfect. We're not trying to be, but
Right.
we're working on getting greater each day at a time.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. That's all we can do, is be a better version of ourselves. That's
That's
it.
it. That's it. Thank you, Miss Joyce. Until next
Thank
time. Oh my God, it was so awesome having Joyce Stanley here teaching us about self love. This is a topic that sometimes we overlook, and we are pouring into everyone around us, but what about you? So take a moment, reflect on all the information that we received, and don't forget, go purchase her 21-day self love challenge workbook. It's available on Amazon, and I'm super excited. I bought a copy, so we can do this self love journey also together. Until next time, I'll see you later, and we'll have another greater talk.